Alright, I just got to wipe it dry with some paper towels, and that's as good as it's going to get. So it's actually 100% compared to what it was, but it's going to be okay. And the inside of that one's clean. I just got to get on the outside, so at least we'll have some type of sunlight and visibility through this window. Alright, it's in. All I got to do now is just do a little Windex, and we can actually see out this window. Now, I really didn't even have to put it back up, because I'm really not worried about break-ins. This neighborhood isn't, well, you never can tell anymore, let's put it that way. But when I got the 5 boys running around here, I really don't have to worry about it too much, let's put it that way. However, it doesn't hurt, for one, because if the boys did decide to start running through or chase and go through the glass, I'm screwed. If they heard noise out there or something, or if something did happen on the other side, you never know. But one of the other reasons is there's no insulation, and these windows aren't the best in the world for keeping cold out, so it may help a little bit as a barrier. So there's a couple of reasons why I just stuck it back up there. You know, if a tree falls down, the window breaks, well, you know what, I don't have to worry about rushing out to fix it immediately if it's in the middle of the dead winter. You know, if it breaks in the middle of the night, I don't have to worry about it immediately. There's no snow coming in, you know, that type of thing. So anyway, I put that there for one reason and one reason only. It's not holding that in, because that goes down behind, but I may put just a little shelf here sticking out maybe 6 inches or so, just to keep a few little things on that I may need, you know, while working on a radio or something. So I'm going to do that. Now, the top. All right, not so much the walls. I'm not concerned about it. I got to shelve them up. But the top, I'm going to put a gloss, semi-gloss, high gloss. But I don't know if I want to just use an apple red, the deep colonial red, a dark blue, a flat brown. I'm not crazy about flat. There's another blue which is a little bit brighter. It's I don't even know what it is. That's an oil base, which is good. White oil base. That dark blue is not an oil base. Neither are these 2 reds an oil base. I have a gray primer, and there's a kind of a light brown on back there, if you can see it. It's called, how is it? Satin brown or something. But anyway, and the more I think about it, you know, that may be the one to go with. I want to go with something that's kind of bright. I don't want to go with the basic, you know, dark gray or dark brown. Not in that little area there. I want to kind of keep it a little bit lighter. So I was thinking of possibly the light blue, the bright red, which I think is going to be too bright, or the dark blue. But you know what? Now that I look at it, that brown, even though it's not an oil base, it's still a high gloss Rust-Oleum premium. Whoa. Paint. So you know what? If I don't like it, I can always paint over it. Never mind. I was going to ask your opinion, but I got one. So much for that. So that's going to take care of, just like I say, the lower portion at this point. And I'll get that done so that'll start drying. And before I actually do that, I'm going to put a couple shelves up in the corner. I sprayed those white, as you can see. Well, you can't see because I didn't show it to you the other day. That's one of the videos I didn't show. So, but I will show these videos regardless on how crappy they come out. Yeah, I appreciate you guys standing by me. I really do. You know, watching the videos, leaving comments. Yeah, I do. I appreciate it big time. I want to thank you guys for it. So, anyway, that corner is basically done. Well, this section. I still have to do the floor, but I'm not really concerned about that right now. If I wanted to, I can actually start putting things over here, you know, like radio repair, radio equipment, computer, anything that may do. In other words, once I start buying some ham gear, I could put it here. A few shelves I just stuck in the corner. Not a lot of weight going on them, so I didn't need a lot of support. The window's clean, both sides, so we're all set there. Lighting is a little bit of an issue, but for now I don't care. I can just take this light, disconnect it from here, and swing it over there. So this light will be over that. This light doesn't give quite as much light as it should for its size, but this light is probably 50, 60 years old. I'd venture to say this light was probably one of the first lights out with the fluorescent. I mean, that fixture is old. Eventually I'll replace it, but again, I could take that, swing it around, and let it hang that way. So that I may do. I got plugs up there. I'm going to run it down. I'm going to put a strip here. So I'll have a strip. I'll put a small strip there, and I'll put a larger strip up here, so I'll have plugs on either way, because I don't want, you hate to be working on something and have the cord in your way. So I want to have the option of plugging it in on either side. I do have another plug up there if I need it, so we're all set there. Temporarily I have those lights if I need them. So, but this is basically done. All right. That's dry, so I can start moving crap over there. Ryobi. I'm not a real big fan of them. However, I did use their drills for a long time because I beat the crap out of things at times. So with them, I liked it because they were cheap. They lasted. The batteries didn't last all that great, but the tool itself was a good tool. But what, your batteries start going weak, you go to the store, you can buy a whole new set. The drill, 2 batteries, a charger, and the screwdriver, or hammer drill. I mean, for less than it would cost you to buy 2 batteries. So every year I'd end up buying more. I ended up with, I don't know, dozen batteries, I don't know how many chargers, and I must have had 10 or 15 other tools, as far as screwdrivers and drills. And then, after a while I said, I got to make a switch. I kind of like the Waltz, to be honest with you. But again, for what I use it for, that wasn't bad, nor was this. It's not the best in the world, but you know what? It works. If I was using it every day, I'd have something different. What little I do as a hobbyist, these work fine. I got to get a drill press. I don't know what I'm going to get for a drill press yet, though. I got to look around. And the other thing is, I don't know if I want a floor or a bench. So I have to think about that as well. But other than that, I got to run a strip back here for this. This is pretty well set up the way it's going to be. I'm not going to load this down because if I want to cut some wood, I can cut, because I got 8 feet on either side to cut with the chop saw, so that's not a big deal. I got plenty of room to work around with that if I need it, so I'm going to probably bring it forward just a hair. I still want clearance so that I can get through, but at that point that gives me plenty of room there. The vise, I'll probably leave the vise up here because you know what? It's on solid ground. I mean, it's here. This bench is solid. And this is an old, solid vise. You're not going to see these around anymore. And if you do see them, they're going to cost you $500. I mean, or better. This is an old workhorse. So, this grinder I'll probably leave here, only because it's here. And it's an inexpensive one. But the thing is, I put this on this little pull-out, because if I was grinding something and the vise was in the way, or if I needed more room with the vise and this was in the way, I can just slide this in and out. I put it on a track that I cut into the counter, and so I can just push it back and forth. It pulls out about 2.5 feet. So, I'm just going to leave it there. It's not a big deal. So this little buffer thing over here that I use for buffing leather and shoes or whatever, some brass, I'm just going to leave it here. So there's no sense me even moving that. If I have to get another one, I'll put another one someplace else, but I don't use it that much, and this is just fine once I clean all that clutter off there. The 1-inch belt sander is still over there. I'm deciding on if I want to move that or not. I don't know. If I put a drill press in, I may put it over there. With that, I don't know for sure. There's still a saw over here. But I'll tell you what, I think I used it twice. It works, it's okay, but it's actually hard to find blades for this one. I don't even know if there's a blade in it. Yeah, there's a blade in it, but it's real hard to find blades for this for some reason. The wife's seen it on sale. It was at one of those, bargain stores, and she thought she was doing right, which she did, because I do use it, and I like it, but, it's just one of those odd blade sizes. So I'm going to have to start hunting around for it. So I may just leave that there, and just, well, no, this is where the sandblaster's going. So if anything, I'll move it over there. The holster press, the Kydex press, if I do anything with that as far as permanently mounting it, which would be a good idea because I do use it occasionally, I will probably permanent mount it over here in the corner, so it's out of the way. So that's where that's going to go. The computer's staying where it is with the sign machine. That over there, that's just on wheels. I can roll that around. I'm going to take the top off of that, which is a door, and make a counter with it or something. The rest of it I'm just going to tear apart. Whatever wood I can salvage, I'll salvage. What I can't, I'll burn. And that's kind of like where I'm at. This counter I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave all that where it is. There's no sense moving that around. So that's kind of what's happening so far and the day in life of Buzz and his shop. So, and this is the solid core door that was up there actually, that I used to use for the counter when I was doing sign work. This door, if I took an estimated guess on the weight, I would say 90 to 100 pounds easily, if not more. That is a heavy duty solid core door. It's a 32 by 80 by 1 3/4. Doesn't tell me what it actually is, but I'm telling you, it's heavy. So other than that, that's it, guys. I don't want to eat up too much of your time. The weekend's here, and I'm sure you guys want to do some things. I didn't finish that, but however, got some of this done, as you can see. Got that over there done, as you've seen, that little radio area. Well, eventually it's going to be a radio area. And what we also got done was, we got all that wood stacked. So that's all under there. And I tell you what, they advertised it as 2 core. Well, there's well over 2 cord there. I'm telling you, it was a healthy 2 cord. I can very easily, I would easily say it's a 2.5 or maybe a little bit better. Now once that heat shrink gun comes in, I can heat shrink that up and that'll get nice and tight, except for the front. I'll leave the front alone so I got lifted up and down. But all that up there that you're seeing, those little wrinkles and those little gullies, that'll all be nice and tight once I get that torch in. The trees that came out of that mountain, that's it there. There's three rows there, and there's another tree behind it, the length of that, which I didn't cut up yet. All the little stuff is over there. I gotta get the tarp out. I'm going to sink the tarp in the ground on the other side. This side will be the side that I can open and take out a couple pieces as I need them and split them. I'll split them there. The only thing is, the ground is soft there, so when you split it, it kind of like bounces. I gotta try to find a different part of ground. And then I got all those there. I may throw a little tarp over that, I don't know. And then under that tarp, there's more wood that has to be split like that. So other than that, all the wood is pretty well done and stacked. So I'm actually thinking, I mentioned it to the wife, I really don't know for sure, but I may order another 2 cord off this guy, another truck. For 175, 350 bucks, cut. It's 3 to 6 months old, so it's really not seasoned, but it's 3 to 6 months. It's been split for 3 to 6 months, so that's a good thing. You know, so for a truckload, which is over 2 cord, $350, it'll be worth getting it and just having them drop it over in the corner someplace. So next year it'll be seasoned. If we're still here, we have it, and if we're not here, it's a good selling. You know, they'll have it so whoever buys the place can use it and burn it. But anyway, that's where we're at. The tower is laid down, and I'm waiting for the blades to come in, which hopefully will be in before next weekend, so I can get this up during the week. There's another small section that's got to go in the ground yet, but there's the tower, and that's all wired and ready to go up. And we're gradually getting there, and they're talking like 50 degrees for the next few days, which is unbelievable for this weather. I'll tell you, when we get hit, we're going to get hit, because we got to pay the piper on this one. But it's great that we had such good weather. All right, guys, have a good weekend.